Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Bow News Network. We're actually tracking the weather, and we're taking a closer look at thunderstorm risk in the area of North Florida as well as Central Florida. As we take a closer look, we can actually see that there's quite a bit of clear skies across most of the continental United States. Of course, that really spells a lot of trouble for the area of the on the drought monitor for the Southwest, particularly the states of Southern California. We're looking at also Arizona as well as New Mexico. So there's a pretty wide area of drought activity that we're concerned about, and we're taking a closer look. But we do anticipate that there's going to be quite a bit of storm activity in the southeast. So before we actually get into it, please go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe, and that will actually help us to get this weather report out to as many people who may be affected by any of the weather events that are occurring across the country. And as always, we appreciate our subscribers tuning in, of course. So if we can take a closer look at the satellite imagery, we actually have a high pressure system that is actually making its way off the coast. With that said, we anticipate going into the weekend that temperatures in the northeast are going to be a little bit higher than normal, as we have also a low pressure system that's anchored in the region of the southwest, and as that makes its way further into the region of the southeast. With that said, you're going to actually have quite a bit more thunderstorm activity in the region of Kansas as well as Oklahoma. Temperatures across the country are actually quite below normal for many cities. We have in the region of Miami, we have in the mid 80s, low 80s. New York City in the 50s. Here we have in the Colorado region, low 40s for Denver. In Los Angeles, we're in the upper 50s, low 60s, and for Atlanta, we're looking at the 50s. So across the country, with the exception of the Southwest, which is suffering from severe drought at this time, we do see slightly below normal temperatures across the region. If we actually take a closer look at the temperatures, as we mentioned, we can actually see that along the coast of California, we're looking at mid 50s, but we do see here in the drought monitor region, very high temperatures in the region of Arizona, Phoenix, also in the region of Yuma, Arizona, pretty extreme temperatures. So we take a closer look at Nevada. Southern Nevada is in the 90s. So this is all severe drought region. If we take a closer look, we can actually see that Central Texas is in the 60s, mid 60s. Oklahoma is in the mid 60s. Nebraska is in mid 50s. We can actually see across the southeast, even as extreme rain and thunderstorm activity makes its way across the region of Louisiana, New Orleans, southern Mississippi, the Florida Panhandle, Pensacola area. Temperatures are actually quite comfortable, and in many of the regions here, even though the dew points are quite high, which is favorable for severe thunderstorm activity and also unstable air mass along the coast of the southeast, primarily because of warm air being pulled into the region, which is contributing to increased risk of thunderstorm activity. We do see that humidity combined with the cooler temperatures and lower than normal humidity readings, we do see that there's some comfort to being delivered to the states in the southeast. If we take a closer look also at our severe weather advisories, we see that we do anticipate going into Thursday that there's going to be a marginal risk for regions of Nebraska. We're primarily looking at Lexington, Nebraska, as well as north central Kansas, And also we do see this region actually spilling down into Oklahoma, and we do anticipate an increased risk of thunderstorm activity all along these states, and we do see some increased activity for the region of New Mexico. We do want to bring attention to South Florida because we do anticipate going into Thursday and Friday there's going to be increased chance of severe thunderstorm activity for the regions of South Florida. But as you can see from the forecast from the Storm Prediction Center, we're primarily looking at the region of Nebraska and Kansas for severe thunderstorm activity, with some degree of increased chance of likelihood of thunderstorm activity from Central Florida, Orlando region, all the way down to the Keys in Florida. And if we take a closer look, we can actually see what we were regarding with the low pressure system actually migrating its way further into the plain states, and then we do have this high pressure system that will eventually migrate off to the mid-Atlantic region. And with that said, it will actually clear up quite a bit of the weather in the region of the lower Mississippi Valley, Ohio Valley, northern Alabama, as this high pressure system actually migrates off into the mid-Atlantic. But we do anticipate increased precipitation and showers for the regions of Central Florida all the way to South Florida going into the weekend. If we take a closer look at also the dew points, as we mentioned, we can actually see that pretty much predictive lining of very severe dew points that are going to be favorable for increased thunderstorm activity along the southeast coast of the United States going into Florida. Keep in mind also, we do see that there's quite a bit of saturation and in the region of South Florida, so we anticipate increased chance of thunderstorm activity from Orlando all the way down to Palm Bay, Melbourne, West Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, Miami, and into the Keys going into Thursday and Friday. So that is actually what we're actually taking a closer look as far as the weather is concerned. We do anticipate that as this low pressure system that we mentioned actually migrates its way, we actually see that it's going to be converging with a warm front in the region of Kansas and Oklahoma. That's going to increase the likelihood of showers in the region of the Central Plains area going in. But we do see that there's quite a bit of severe thunderstorm activity all the way across the Gulf of Mexico, and this will continue to impact the state of Florida going into the weekend. So we do appreciate all of our subscribers. Thank you for tuning in for this weather report. By all means, share this video with friends and family who may be impacted by the weather going into the latter part of this week, going into the weekend. And of always, please like, share, and subscribe. And always remember to bow to the weather. And thank you for watching Bow News Network. Have a good day.